Sportscast Sports Talk 101 on digital radio, on the app, on your smart speaker, on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch.tv, and Facebook. Sportscast Sports Talk 101.
Discuss, debate, entertain, and loud.
Sportscast Sports Talk 101.
What is going on, sports fans? Football. Woo.
There we go. Now I can turn on. Man, that first pop damn near blew my eardrum up because my volume was too loud on my headset.
See what I do is I pull down my beanie so it kind of like muffles.
Maybe that's what everybody says about me behind my back when I'm just talking in a chat with everyone.
Yeah. What's going on? Another crazy
dude. I can't keep up with this anymore, but I think what set this one apart was, good Lord, the injuries, which you called last week. You said that last Tuesday that this is the time when the injuries start to creep up on you, and boy, did it ever.
That's right.
Big name quarterbacks, you had receivers going down. That I think
you had the egos.
Oh my God,
crushed.
Just manhandled. But before we dive into all this fun stuff, condolences to Mississippi State, Coach Leach and his, the entire family, the organization, everything on that one. That's young,
legendary coach, man. Young,
61.
Yeah, that's young. I remember him. Like, remember when he coached Texas Tech back in the day, and then I always had a lot of respect. I always thought he was a pretty good, decent football coach. So my condolences out to him and his family. He's a legend. So,
so we wanted to do that first. Also, then we're gonna just quickly skim through the scores. I'll run through that real fast, and then Ray's gonna do a highlight of the most important game of the season that happened during Week 14. And it's not the Dallas Cowboys squeaking out a win over against the Texans. Because that's exactly what that was. Anyway,
win, baby.
Rams came out on top 17-16. Jets, we're on Week 14. Jets lost to the Bills 20-12. The Bengals picked up a victory 23-10 over the Browns. So, their Lord and Savior, the guy that they pissed away all their money, ain't done nothing.
Bust.
I don't know who.
Bust.
Cowboys won 27-23. The Vikings got manhandled by the Lions 34-23, which Ray called.
Told you.
But that was the biggest one. The biggest one was the Eagles just annihilate the Giants 48-22. Ravens came out on top 16-14. Let's see, Jaguars, that was a shocking one, 36-22 over the Titans. I honestly didn't see that one. Chiefs came away with a victory, 34-28. I think
we knew that, but Russell got hurt too. Russell got hurt too. Concussion.
But that's still close. It's not as big of a blowout as I thought it would be. The Panthers upset the Seahawks 30-24.
Yeah, that was an upset.
Dolphins lost 23-17 to the Chargers. Patriots smacked around the Cardinals 27-13. And Ray gets to highlight the most important game of the week. America's game of the week.
Well, first of all, man, you can't make this up. To be Mr. Irrelevant, the last person picked in the draft, start his first game. Now the first play, oh my God, he got popped. They said, I don't know if did you see that hit?
I did.
I saw birds were flying around his head. They said, "Welcome, Mr. Brock Purdy." But you know what? Usually a rookie or somebody that got popped like that, he's like, oh my God, well, that's it. But no, man, this kid, man, oh my God. The pass that he threw to CMC was just beautiful. I think it was like a 30-something yard pass to CMC. And then let's give CMC. Oh my God. Thank you. This kid is oh my God. That guy.
How old is he? And how old is he? Because he's not old, right?
Mid-20s, mid-20s. He's in his
That's what I'm getting
mid-20s.
at. That's what I'm getting at. He gonna be around causing damage and wreaking havoc in that NFC West for a long time.
He can run. He can catch. I mean, this guy is like when I look at him, he kind of reminds me of a white Reggie Bush, man. He can do it all. He's a scrimmage. He gets it all, man. I mean, he can do it all. But back to Purdy. Purdy ran a touchdown in. He's like, screw it. I'm just gonna run it in for the touchdown. I mean, it was a good game. Now Brady, oh my God. So the Bucks, they did throw a pass. He threw a pass to Mike Evans. Mike Evans was open, and then that play was called back. Penalties killed the Bucks. Oh, penalties killed them. And then just honestly, Brady passing, man, he was not throwing. There was a disconnect between receivers wasn't doing what they were supposed to do, and Brady wasn't throwing the ball. It was just horrible. It was a horrible game. But
It wasn't like, I mean, and Purdy was spreading the ball around pretty well. There wasn't one standout receiver this time around either. I'm looking at the stats, and it doesn't seem that he found his favorite target yet. But he also hasn't been around enough.
No. He Kittle got some balls. Ayuk, 57 yards, a TD. What's going on, Joe? I mean,
it looked more like it was a running game, and I've never. That's the most. I mean, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different people that were running the ball around.
Debo got a touchdown before he got hurt. So the injury to Debo is not serious. He will probably miss some games, but he'll hopefully be in the playoffs. But as soon as he grabbed that knee, I was like, oh my God, no. But you know what it is?
Go ahead.
Next man up. Ayuk stepped up. You know,
I think that's the best thing that the 49ers have is they have depth at running back in the backfield. That
they
even
do.
and I know Debo's not a running back, he's a receiver, but the benefit is they have depth at receiver because
Jordan Mason.
You also have McCaffrey.
You got McCaffrey, Jordan Macy. You got Ray McLeod. I mean, Ray McLeod, he's more of a receiver.
Right.
But and then don't forget the fullback, Kyle. We got let me tell you something. Offense and defense and special teams, when they're all clicking, it's a beautiful thing. I mean,
Brady was passing the ball around too. I mean, 5 of his passes went to Godwin. Evans got 4. Julio Jones got 5. Leonard Fournette 6. You had Rachaad White, Cameron Brate, Russell Gage, Kieft, Scott Miller. So he was passing the ball around.
Yeah, but he also got two interceptions too, which he autographed. He autographed Freeman's interception ball. Let me tell you something. You walk up with the ball that you intercept me with. I say, here, let me get that ball. Bam, and just throw it right upside his head. Man, get out of here. But that just showed you that Tom Brady was a good sport, and he autographed the ball. He walked up to Brock, said, "Good game, kid. Good game." You're looking at the torch, like the baton passed over to a starting legend, to a legend. He's the GOAT. No matter what anybody can say, Tom Brady is the GOAT. He's got the rings. He's got he's the man. But you can't beat Father Time, man. Can't beat Father. I think he's got maybe one more year. And I'll tell you this, out here in San Francisco, I was looking, they're talking about Brady coming to San Francisco, folks. Yes, they're talking about, now wait a minute now, we'll hold on.
I'm just saying that I want to let everyone know that I called this about a year and a half ago. I've been on this path. The moment that there was this talk of after Brady won his first Super Bowl, and then there was these rumors spreading that he was going to go to Miami, I said, no, he's going to find a way to get, as soon as Bruce Arians was ousted as coach, I said, Brady will stay in Tampa one more year. I said, at some point, he will find a way to get to San Francisco. And at the time they had Jimmy G was there. and you had Trey, and all those guys.
Mhm.
But I said that watch, the Niners will not pass up the opportunity if Brady wants to play there and he's available and they're able to get him. They won't pass that up. You're not gonna do that twice.
And let's all be honest, guys. This is Brock's first game. First game. People have film on him now. They will figure Brock out. But it was an amazing first game. I felt his father, when his father started crying, his father was out in the audience with the mother. When he started crying, he's like, my boy, that's my boy. I mean, God, no, I would have been a proud father as well.
I wasn't a fan of him in college, but he went to Iowa State. I was a Hawkeye fan.
Right.
That's our rival.
It's a good story. You can't deny it, no matter what. It's a good story.
A lot of credit because that's something you don't expect a kid that his very first start to beat Tom Brady. That was like what Heineke almost did with Washington when he got to go up against the Bucs in the playoffs and came damn close to knocking the Bucs out and killing that Cinderella story. Brock was able to get over that hump that Heineke wasn't able to at the time.
Now we got a problem. Now we got a problem because now we got Brock, we got Trey. Pretty much Jimmy is gone. Jimmy's gone. We're not taking Jimmy back.
I don't see Trey being there. I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know if they can get rid of him though. Are they able to? Because
you can. Oh yes, you can.
No. I know. I get that I meant more as the under contract where it's going to cost them to get rid of him, or is it something that they can cut ties with at this point?
It all depends on what Brock. Let me tell you something. If Brock brings us through the playoffs and somehow we go deep in the playoffs with Brock, that might just change stuff with Dre.
Now, could you see it this way? And I know that they're talking Brady maybe showing up out there. Could you see a trade where Trey goes, they keep Brock? We know Jimmy's done because what is he, a free agent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he'll go wherever he wants to go. But we see Trey go to Tampa, and we see Brady come over there because it would. I mean, would Brock be upset? Would you be upset if that were to happen? Would you be upset with Brock taking a back seat for a year behind Tom Brady? I mean, you couldn't have a better.
I would do the deal because Trey, Brady ain't got that long. Trey's extremely young. The kid can run. I mean, a la Jalen Hurts, a la Fields, a la, sorry, Mariota just lost his job. That's another story, folks. If y'all don't know, they're bringing the rookie in. Mariota lost his job. But I can see that. You go with the best guy. You go with the best player.
And San Francisco, they already turned it down. They already had the opportunity to go after him once, and they said no. I don't see it. If the opportunity presents itself, I don't see that happening a second time, especially since they're losing. We know they're going to lose Jimmy. I've never thought that they were 100% sold on Trey, and the fact that when they restructured Jimmy's contract, kind of sold it on me that they weren't fully.
But let me just flip it. Let me just play devil's advocate.
Right. Okay, go
what
for
if Tom Brady don't want to go? He's done. This is it. I mean, I think he's getting tired of talking about losing, and I know he loves winning. And then, honestly, folks, the guys, they're not blocking. Like when Brady went to the Super Bowl, he had an iron curtain. He had people block. These guys, I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Do you know what it reminds me of watching that game and watching the lack of blocking? You remember when back when Brett Favre was with the Vikings, his first year with the Vikings, how that was his best season of his career.
Amazing.
He had the talent, he had blocking, everything. Remember his second year? The worst one, they just manhandled him. He should have retired. It's like watching that all over again with Brady. Remember, last year Brady was untouchable. The line, everything was there. This year, everything's gone to shit in a handbag for him. And it's like watching that all over again.
Yeah. Yeah, and then honestly, there's receivers that there's a disconnect. He's looking at them, they're looking at him. People not doing what they're supposed to do.
I
That
think
gets
so.
frustrating.
It does, and the I understand the side of him that just wants to win. That winningness never leaves you. If you've ever played football, even if you don't play it anymore, that never leaves.
Mhm.
Especially if you played it back, in the day, the 80s, 90s, early to whatever. It never that wanting to win never leaves. I think if he gets healthy, he may still want to come back and play because I think this is just going to leave a nasty mark on his career, and I don't know if he
Mhm.
really wants that. I know his body probably says, "Dude, let's just call it a day. We're done. We can't do this anymore." But I don't know if as you said, the ego. I don't know. It's not like a Aaron Rodgers ego, but
Right.
it's a ego to win, and he
Right.
strives for perfection. And I think this
But
crappy season
it comes
will
to you
cause.
got to think about your body though, man. It's like
Right, right. I
you
know.
gotta, and I think
He don't want to be one of them in a walker, shaking
nah,
as
you
he's doing when he finally finishes. And he knows. And the other thing is, once he got the moment he retires, you realize he's already employed again. He's got a
exactly,
10-year deal lined up.
exactly.
The moment he's done, as
And
soon as
then
he hangs his cleats up,
didn't they
he's
lose
employed.
the running back? I think Fournette got hurt too in that game.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's
It was
another this.
nasty. I mean, there was just fumbles. I'm looking at it. It was just an ugly, ugly game for them. I mean, and the only one that came close to being as ugly was the Giants. Because at
Ooh,
this point, I thought, and I had said this last week, that I thought that the Cowboys were on the path to being, maybe better than the Eagles, and I have to renege on that one because if they were so good, they should not have allowed Houston 23 points. You
right.
only won by 4. That's unacceptable for a team that was destroying everybody that was in their path. Now the Eagles, who are sitting at 12-1, I don't know anybody that can stop them at this point.
Dude, what Jalen Hurts 217 yards, 2 TDs. He also ran for 77 yards,
But
averaging 11
but
11
but
yards.
they are so dangerous, and it's not even just Jalen is the biggest one threat because he
Right,
can run, he can pass. That
right.
has what's always what I my issue with Lamar Jackson has always been that yeah, he can run, we know that, but he's never been a solid passer. That's the difference with Jalen Hurts is he can run and he can
Mhm.
pass, and that makes him dangerous. But if you look at it, they've got a buttload of receivers that are making plays, and then they got Miles Sanders, who had 17 carries for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Like, holy hell!
So would you say the Jalen Hurts Eagles is better than the Wentz Eagles?
Who wins? Who are we?
Before Wentz got hurt and it was Nick that took over. What's going on, Ron? Let's see
Let's see
how
how good.
good Jalen is against the Miners defense. That's what I'm
That's
saying. That's
but
what
that,
I'm
and that's
saying.
that's I think what we're seeing. We could see. I We'll have to see. I have to see because the Cowboys are have the cracks that show that you could beat them. The fact that you allowed the Texans, one of the worst teams in the league, to put up 23 points and almost beat you, says something that I'm not
Mhm.
sold on them making a deep run in the playoffs. The Niners, I could see a playoff picture where we see the NFC Championship being the Eagles and the 49ers. I just don't know who would win because you're basically going offense versus defense.
Right. AJ Brown could be hot.
Yeah.
And
And the
they got
Giants just
weapons.
look freaking terrible. They had
Well, first of all,
abs-
their star running back was not a star that day. I think he got less than 30 yards. Shaquan.
Saquon had 28 yards on
Yeah.
9 carries for an average of 3 yards a carry.
Yeah. I mean, that's your big time back. He's not doing his job. So
Daniel Jones had a better average.
Jalen
And 2
ain't
yards
doing
less.
nothing on the 49ers defense. Um
I don't
You know
know.
what? I don't know, man. Like I said, you got the best, I think, my opinion, best offense versus best defense, and it's gonna be a hell of a game. It's gonna be a hell of a game.
It definitely will be. Let's see what else we got.
But let's go Niners.
Exactly. Now, there's another game I wanted to talk about because we were talking highlights and things like that. Let's see, where is it? I would say Washington, but we lost last week. We didn't play week 14. We lost week 13, even though it was a tie. It's still a loss, guy. And I don't care what anybody else says.
You better watch out for Carolina.
I know. Now, this is what I wanted to talk about. So, if anybody happened to watch the Vikings-Lions game, holy shit. Kirk Cousins, 31-40, and I know the Vikings lost, but I want to show that the fact that Cousins was past the ball 31-41, 425 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Jared Goff was 27-39 for 330 yards and 3 TDs. Between those two teams, I think they put up almost 1,000 yards of total offense. Dear God in heaven, Jefferson.
Yes,
record.
But
Justin Jefferson, 11 catches for 223 yards.
But your boy Dalvin Cook, 23 yards, and then your backup running back, Madison, -1. That's what killed them. They're running. Right. They have a running game.
And the problem with that is, what irritates the living shit out of me with the Vikings is they either rely so much on Cousins and he has a shit game, which this surprised me. I've seen him do good.
Yes, the Lions are alive.
I have seen Cousins do good, but they start getting Cook hot and then they pull the plug and just let him fizzle out. Now, I get that Jefferson had a game that any wide receiver would kill to have. They're right. I don't know many other receivers that can put up 223 yards. That is ridiculous.
Guess what? Don't mean jack. You know what? Because they lost. Let's talk about. Let's look. Chark 94 yards. It's Brown 68. Reynolds 51. Williams 41. Raymond 19. Shane 18. Swift 18. So if you look double figures, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 receivers in double figures in yards.
So you remember when we started the season? I don't remember where the Lions were, but they weren't anywhere in where we were ever going to picture them a playoff team.
No,
I figured 0-16 or 17 or forfeiting every game and dissolving the whole team because they were that much.
Right.
They were garbage. They're 6-7.
Mm-hmm.
They're putting up points. Jared Goff is looking like the Jared Goff that I saw with the Rams his second year. Because remember, Goff and Wentz came in at the same time, and they both had shitty first years.
Right.
And everybody thought they were draft busts. They weren't going to be it. And then year 2 rolled around. Wentz looked like a superstar. Jared Goff looked like a superstar. Then Wentz turned into the garbage can that he is. And Goff kept going pretty well and eventually got traded. But I know that he struggled for a bit with the Lions, and maybe it was getting used to things. But remember, the Lions also canned one of their coaches. You can't succeed when you're firing a coach every couple of years. Because it doesn't matter how good of a quarterback you have.
Well, that's just like Baker Mayfield. That's just like Baker Mayfield, man. That's why I can't be too hard on Baker Mayfield, because this poor kid never had a coach.
Mayfield did what I don't know. I don't even think Brady could have been able to do. Mayfield came in with less than 48 hours, knowing the playbook.
It is going to be Brock Purdy. It's going to be Brock Purdy, Ron. Brock Purdy. Serious. Serious.
The thing is with Mayfield, I don't know how many people realize this, but everybody was putting together this plan for him because he had no time to learn the playbook. Let's be real. There's no way to learn a playbook and rapport with your receivers in 24 hours. That's just not possible. The coach McVay said, F all that shit. You listen to me. You listen to what I tell you. That's the only person that is all he was told. He said, forget everything else that we had planned for you. The only thing I want you to do is go out there and do what I tell you to do. And he looked like a different quarterback.
That's why these these teams give up on these young quarterbacks, man, and these guys
Mayfield's not a
just
bad, but Mayfield was never a bad quarterback. He
no,
just
no.
wasn't used. I say this about Cousins. Cousins is not a bad quarterback. He's not a superstar, but he is.
Mhm.
If you build your offense around your quarterback, you can make anybody look fantastic.
So
Washington did that with Cousins.
Ron's asking if Jimmy G is healthy for the playoffs, does he start?
No.
Here, let me tell you what. If after the
I guess I don't
game,
know.
I'm going to tell you something. There was a video that was rolling in the locker room, and it was Coach Shanahan talking to Brock, just sitting back, just talking to him, and I'm like, okay, Jimmy G did not do what this kid did in one game. Okay, in one game, this kid can run. Jimmy's not a runner. Jimmy can't run. This kid can throw if you want to be, and if you really want to be, I mean, if this kid in the first game slinging the ball like he's doing in his first game, all you need is the quarterback coach whisper in his ear, like, "Look, kid, look at all these quarterbacks I've worked with. I mean, holy!" And then to be picked last, this kid got a chip on his shoulder too. To be the last, who ever heard of somebody being picked last in the draft? The last person.
Do we say that it's that he is I don't know if I would say that he's got a chip on his shoulder, but
You've been picked last in the draft. That means everybody looked over you.
But that I don't want to say. I guess maybe it is a chip, but not in a bad way. This is a way that he can use and be like, y'all done effed up now, because that's kind of like, remember, where did Favre get drafted to? Favre went to the Falcons. They said this guy has no talent.
Let me tell you something.
Green Bay.
Let me tell you, if I was Jerry Jones, if I was the owner, how did we not see this? How did he slip through the cracks? How? Zach Wilson? We got teams are like, we get this guy. We could have waited and got this guy. How did this happen?
Look at the Packers. They could have had Justin Jefferson, but they took Jordan Love instead.
Yeah.
I want to show this also real quick. It's not a very
while you showing that, if ODB would have passed his physical or whatever, but the Dallas Cowboys went and got T.Y. Hilton. Just want to throw that out there. Cowboys got T.Y. Hilton.
I have the full video of it instead, because I can do full screen. Folks, if you haven't already done so, please check out our YouTube page, Sports Talk 101.
This man right here works very, very, very hard on all the social medias.
We've got
game
highlights. We've got NFL clips, NBA highlights, MLB highlights, college football highlights, hockey highlights, wrestling, our show, funny stuff, and shorts galore. And apparently the most popular YouTube shorts that I've seen are all 49ers related. I don't understand.
Is Derek Carr done with the Raiders? Absolutely.
Where is it?
I don't know.
I'm going to have to go to video. Damn it.
I don't know, man. I if it was me, I'd let him go. But damn it, you brought Devontae Adams in. You get rid of Carr, you're going to piss off Devontae Adams, because that's who Devontae Adams came in to play for. So who you going to get? Who you going to get to come out and play in Las Vegas?
This was the Bengals and the Browns. The only thing that I want to show here,
I know exactly what you're going to show.
Right there.
Yeah, no means no. Damn. Damn.
That was the big
damn.
Thing. Now, I want to show this because it's on the shorts. So I made a YouTube short just of that part there. And I did have somebody that decided to comment on it. I haven't replied yet, because I'm trying to figure the best way to reply. But their comment was, well, he wasn't found guilty of anything.
You know what? I got in a debate with our one of our wonderful friends up in Canada. And he was basically telling me that, he did his time. It's time for him to play football and everything. And I just said it's just not fair. It's just not fair. And
What?
there is
There, I'm gonna say this and then we'll move on because otherwise it's gonna irritate me. There's a difference doing your time. There's a difference with what this dumbass did versus
right.
say Michael Vick. Michael Vick accepted responsibility, went to prison,
Yeah,
did his time,
yeah,
came back, worked his ass off, got
yeah.
an opportunity by Andy Reid with the Eagles,
Yes,
got
he did.
all of his sponsorships back, and finished out his career the way he started it. He accepted what he did. This little pissant in Cleveland accepted nothing. He said, "I'm just going to pay these fines, pay this money to shut them up." That's not. You're not accepting anything. You're
And
agreeing to this so you can play football. You accepted
I,
no guilt. You're still saying you're innocent. That's all I have to say because otherwise I'm gonna
yeah,
go off.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then honestly, the investment that the Browns made, as you can see, he's not doing great, folks.
Yeah, it
He's
worked out
not.
real well for them. What's
Exactly.
he 0-2? Well, what do you
Yeah.
expect when you have a quarterback that you paid a shit ton of money for that hasn't played in like 2 years? It's not like the Texans suspended him. He chose to sit out that entire season. The last
Right.
season he was there, he chose that out of his own because
I
he didn't
mean,
want to be there.
honestly, and I'm not trying to be mean, but the backup, I would bring the backup. He played damn better than he did.
The Browns had a chance to make the playoffs with a better record when they had Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, I would bring
And
him
the
back.
moment
I'd bring him back.
and I said that. I think I said that. If the Browns kept winning, what do you do? Like they can't just sorry Watson, we got to go with what wins, the one that wins. I understand you got to put him in, but dude, you're screwed no matter what. This is like you have done so much damage. I feel bad
He lose
for
another
the
game. Those fans and them Brown fans, they're gonna riot, man. They are going to
I
riot.
feel so bad for them. I will say so. Are we concerned at all about the Bills and because I get they won, but not by a lot. 20-12 to the Jets is not
You gotta look.
a
You gotta put in the weather, folks.
well.
I mean, you gotta put in the weather.
Are you concerned about their defense now that they've lost one of their star players? Does that change the dynamic of can they make it to the Super Bowl or not?
As long as they got Josh, I'm feeling good. I feel good. That's all I
That's
got.
yeah.
Josh and Diggs. They got Josh and Diggs. They're gonna be all right. They're gonna be all
I
right.
mean, Allen didn't do a huge performance. 16-27, 147 yards, and a touchdown. I get he won.
Cold. It's
It is. It
cold.
is. Yeah, I know. But Mike White.
He still ran. He ran a touch. He still ran
Yeah,
one in for a
but
touchdown.
Mike White. Let's not discredit what White has been doing since he's took over as the starter. He has looked phenomenal.
Yeah, but you know what though, bro?
He
He's
put
got
up
to
two.
score. He's
No,
got to
I
get in
understand
the
that. I
zone.
understand that.
Yeah.
But you still put up 268 points or
Yeah,
yards.
in garbage time.
I know.
I can't give credit for garbage time,
Can you
and you ain't hit the
give
red
credit
zone.
to
But I
can
like
you give
White.
credit
You're wrong.
can you give credit to Bam Knight? I mean, I like one. Bro's got a kick-ass first name. I'm just throwing that out there.
Right.
I'm sorry. Whoever named him Bam is that's fantastic. But 17 carries for 71 yards and a touchdown. I mean, the average ain't the best,
Mm-hmm.
but they gave the Bills a run. They just fell short again. Yeah, 8
Bills.
points. I mean, a loss is a loss regardless.
I don't have see the thing about it though. I don't have Bills winning the Super Bowl. I don't have them winning the Super Bowl.
If I will say it this way, honestly, I don't.
Let's be real.
I would love
Eagles
to see
or
them.
49ers are going to win the Super Bowl. Man,
Yeah,
I ain't gonna. I'm not even gonna. I'm not gonna say. I don't want to jinx my team. I don't want to jinx my team.
I don't. It's going to be a tough one for them to win it. I think that they have but I also don't know. Can they get there? Can they? Because I still think
you
the
got
AFC
these
is going to be
teams that are sneaky. You got these teams that are sneaky, man. Once they look, let me tell you something. If Detroit Lions limp into the playoffs, you better watch out, man.
Yeah. Do we give any props to the Texans for putting up 23 points against the Cowboys?
They lost.
I understand. No,
They lost.
but I'm trying to think, and I'm looking at the stats for the Cowboys. Zeke showed. I got to give credit to Zeke. He did his job this time around. 15 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, Pollard got a touchdown. He got 2.
Yeah, and that's the thing is they split because you had Zeke had 15 carries, 62 yards, but Pollard had 10 carries for 42 yards, and then Dak had 6 carries for 23 yards. So it's pretty evenly matched with the running game. It wasn't as high scoring as I thought it would be considering their last 2 games,
Right.
but nonetheless they're 10-3 and they got the win. Let's talk injuries because there are a lot that
Debo.
Debo's out.
Yeah. It's not.
Kyler Murray is out. He suffered a torn ACL. He is out for the rest of the season.
Done.
He's done.
He ain't even going to be. He's not even going to be back next year. I don't think. He'll be back next year, but
he will
not beginning of the season.
Because of how late this injury happened. He's going to be out. Yeah, he'll be out a good chunk. I know the Texans running back Dameon Pierce. He had a sprained ankle against the Cowboys, so his status is to be determined.
Right.
Devontae Parker got a concussion. Yeah, let's go to injuries instead because that'll be the key here. Week 14. Dear God. Is it going? Jesus, there's a lot here.
Just get the major the main ones.
I'm trying to look through because it's putting for every single team individually, and that's going to take forever.
So I can
you pull up some. Yeah, pull up some while I try to look this up.
Okay, I'm just.
Let's see if I can Google this. I don't. The NFL believes there were no fake injuries in Week 14. Well, thank God for that. That nobody's faking injuries anymore. I thought that was so stupid. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Oh my God. Okay, so look, DJ Moore, that's Carolina Panthers. That's their number 1 receiver. Ankle injury. With a knee sprain. So that's going to suck for Carolina Panthers. But they do have Anderson and they have some other people on that team that'll step up. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. They kicked Anderson out long time ago. What am I talking about? Nope. Scratch that.
Oh, Wilson was injured.
Khalil Herbert, the running back for the Chicago Bears, is expected to return to practice.
Mike
week
White
16.
was injured. He was actually taken to the hospital after Sunday's loss to the Bills.
Here's one you don't know. Brock got injured.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, but it's nothing serious. But he did get injured. Are the Dolphins finished? Ooh, good question.
I don't know.
Good question.
Yeah, that's
But see, that's the thing. I don't have the Dolphins winning the Super Bowl. And can they go? And Tua, I don't know, man. I don't think he's he gets hurt. I feel an injury coming. Now I don't want to wish that on nobody.
No, but it's been that way since they drafted him.
Yeah,
he was injured. I mean, this is what you get. What do you expect when you draft a player that was still injured and recovering from a college injury that kept him out of a bowl game?
And those injuries do come back. Go ahead.
Do you think the Steelers lost? Do you blame that on the fact that Pickett went down and got injured?
And they put in, what the hell do you think? Did you watch the game? Did you see what happened? Yeah, well, come on now.
Terrible. Okay, so I got all We got next week's games. I'm gonna close that
We
page.
should have won that damn game, man. But you put your
Yeah, it
Trubisky in
was.
there. 3 interceptions.
God, that
I
was
mean,
ugly.
he got 276 yards passing, but he got 3 interceptions. Harris 33 yards rushing, a TD. Yeah, not good, man. Not
So,
good.
Will, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, Will? Love you, brother. What's going on, Will?
I will say so. The Eagles are the only ones currently that are playoff bound. They've got the X
Yeah,
next, so they have clinched the playoff spot,
they
which
clinched it.
they are the only team in the NFL this year to currently clinch the playoff. But
Mhm.
I've got the playoff picture currently, and this is what I find interesting. Obviously, the Eagles are the only ones that have clinched the spot. And this doesn't. There's 7 spots available on the AFC. You've got the Bills, number 1, then the Chiefs, the Ravens, Titans, Bengals, Dolphins, and the Patriots, who moved up a spot.
Mhm.
On the bubble, which are teams that would be on the outside looking in if the season were to end today, are
Oh
the Chargers and
man,
Jets.
did you
So
saw
we've
who got
actually got
pushed out?
we've got two teams. So last week we had said that the Bears were the only team in the NFL that were out of the playoffs. We've now added 2 more to that.
Yeah.
The Texans and the
Yes.
Broncos are now officially
Yep.
done.
They're done.
And we also know who will be getting the number 1 draft pick next year, which is the Texans.
Texans.
Right now, the Bears and the Broncos. The Bears actually have the number 2. The Broncos have the number 3, but that also depends on wins and losses for the rest of the season, because I think they are the only teams that potentially only have 3. But I mean, anything could change. That number 2 and number 3 slot could
Dude,
change.
can we hold up? Your Washington Commanders are still in it, and guess who's out? The
Hey,
Giants.
we are
The
playoff. We are
Giants.
actually in. We are a wild card team going
Yes.
into Sunday's game. We
Yes.
are
Yes.
in the wild
Yes.
card already,
Yes. Yes.
and I'm just gonna say that we're going to the Super Bowl. That's as a fan. That's as a fan. Now, as a sports person that is talking this stuff, no chance in hell. But I will say, you never know, because this is the NFL, and who the hell would have thought that the Lions would be where they are, Washington would be in the
What
playoffs,
are you doing?
and
What are you doing Christmas Eve?
we're probably going to win. I really don't know. Like I said, who knows what the hell's going to happen, dude? Your defense is either going to show up and dismantle Heineke, or Heineke is going to have a field day with that. I don't really know anymore. I can't predict. At the beginning of the season, I may have joked about that we would win, but I already knew that was never going to happen. Now, with us sitting 3rd in the NFC East at 7-5, I honestly I don't know anymore. I can't predict one week to the next. At this point, I'm just
shall
guessing.
see. See, that's why I don't like streaks. I don't like streaks that much, because there's a loss coming down the road, and I just don't want that. Please, Niners, to lose to Washington, because I do not want Vet hitting me up in my DMs. I told you. I told you.
Honestly, I don't. As long as we win or lose, if we're still in the playoffs, I don't care, because once the playoffs start, everything else is wiped off.
Sure, yeah, I agree.
We'll probably be on the road the entire season, or the playoffs. Maybe we pull the Giants move and we make it all the way to the Super Bowl and win it. I highly doubt that will happen, but stranger shit's happened before in the NFL.
Yeah, that's true.
The Lions are a potential playoff team. Yeah. Who the hell would have thought that would have happened?
They are,
and
they're still in there.
They are on the bubble. They're at the 9th slot.
Mm-hmm.
But they have the potential to make the playoffs, which is something that none of us would have. There is not an analyst that would have predicted that.
The Packers are underneath the Detroit Lions, folks.
Yeah, that should the Super Bowl champs are about to get knocked out.
I don't know, man. Hey, Bick, let me tell you, can they do a run? Can they make a run?
You know what? I could honestly see it happening. I could see them move up. They might squeak in. Can they go the distance if they squeak in? I don't think so.
Look.
Even with
Packers, Broncos, Chargers, That's Seahawks.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It'll be interesting to say the least.
They can beat just me. I think they can beat the Packers. I think they can beat the Broncos.
Oh yeah. Well, that's a
Pack.
given.
I don't know Aaron Rodgers though. You never know with him. Depending Broncos, they can beat. Chargers would be
You know
tough.
what I'm surprised at? That they haven't announced the division winners. But I think the NFC East is a hard one because I think and honestly, the Eagles I think beat everybody in the division, maybe, possibly. So I still think it's the Eagles to lose for the division.
Right.
But the Vikings are 10-3. There's no way that they could lose it, could they? But I mean, I'm just like the Lions are 6-7. How crazy is that they are second place in the NFC North?
Exactly.
Oh my God,
And
this is such a wild NFL. Like, and I
I
thought last
love it.
year was
Love it.
crazy.
I
I
love
am,
it.
I am
Love
too.
it.
But
I mean, look at AFC North: Ravens, Bengals,
no, you
Browns,
want to look at
Steelers.
this is an even better one. Look at the AFC East. You have the Bills at 10-3, the Dolphins 8-5, the Patriots 7-6, and the Jets are 7-6. All four of those could be playoff teams.
Yeah, I know. It's
It's and
crazy.
I get it. And the AFC North, you realistically you only have two teams. You have the Ravens and the Bengals, who are both 9-4, and the Bengals are on a 5-game winning streak, which is wild.
Right.
AFC South, you have the Titans, and theoretically, I think the Jaguars could squeak into the playoffs, which is something I wouldn't have expected. I think it would be a long shot for them. That's a real long shot for them to make the wild card. They're going to need
way
a
they
lot
play,
of help.
though. The way they play, I don't think so. Because they win, they lose. They win, they lose. They're just
It's
never
like
know.
yeah. And the AFC West, it's basically going to be the Chiefs and the Chargers. I don't see the Raiders making it in.
No, dude. I mean,
And we already
good
know
lord.
the Broncos are eliminated, so that's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Talk about that's another waste of money.
SPG.
I got
Our
Windows
prayers go to you,
update
buddy.
to do.
Oh no!
I got it. I got. Oh no! I got a Windows update to do. Okay, all right, brother. Good luck with that, man.
Thoughts and prayers, buddy. We'll be thinking of you. Oh yeah, it's Tuesday. It's Patch Tuesday. God forbid. Oof. Yeah. I'd hate to be anybody that has. So I've already got the thing set for our Week 15 stuff. I will say this though, I did finally update the list.
I was listening.
So Ray has only beaten me twice. I've won 5 out of the 14 weeks that we've done this, or technically going to week 2, but we've tied 7 times. So even when we're picking it, I'm getting losses and you're getting the team that I choose, and vice versa. Overall, I'm 5-2-7. You're 2-5-7. But those 7 damn ties have been killing me.
Right.
It's so hard now because I really don't know anymore what the hell to do.
You gotta upsets. You gotta think about the upsets.
Yep, and I split it this week. I actually set my spreadsheet up so I have our Thursday game, which we know is and we can start. We'll just throw in some picks now. We got our first Thursday game, which will be the Niners at the Seahawks, and I don't even need to really question you on that one, do I?
Hold on. Let me just take a look real quick. Niners come on, Niners.
I know, right? So now the best part of football in the NFL as a fan is when you get to December. Because when you get to December, you have Thursday, you have Saturday, you have Sunday, and you have Monday. You have in the week of football, and we get not 1, not 2, but 3 games this Sunday or Saturday. I'm so excited. I told the wife, I'll see you on Tuesday. It'll be nice.
Yeah.
I got Thursday, Friday. I'll hang out with you Friday.
Get your buffalo wings ready. Get your pizza. Get your popcorn. Your beer. Your soda.
Chips,
whatever.
Kick your kids out. Tell your wife to go on.
Get
have
out.
A spa day at whatever.
Finish up on some Christmas shopping.
Yeah. So first game of the Saturday lineup will be Colts at Vikings. I'm going Vikings on that one. I think they're going to rebound from last week or from this past week. And I don't see the Colts winning that one.
I just don't see the Colts. Sorry, Jeff Saturday, but sorry,
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Next up, Ravens at the Browns.
This is gonna surprise you.
Are you going Browns on this one?
I'm going Browns on this one.
Oh,
I'm gonna go
damn.
Browns, and the reason I'm going Browns, dude, Huntley, the quarterback that's taking place for Jamal, he didn't do too good. He didn't do good.
I honestly, I was torn on this one because without Lamar, the Ravens struggle anyways with Lamar. Without Lamar, they're even worse. And to be fair, the Browns, even if I exclude Watson, they have enough talent to win that game. So I'm going with you on that one as well, the Browns.
Okay.
And it's not because I care about Watson, because I don't, but I don't know. I don't think the Ravens defense.
I'm thinking of Chubb. And I'll even throw Hunt. I'll even throw Cooper. I'll even throw the tight ends. I think they're gonna beat Baltimore.
All right.
And I'm gonna give a shout out to defense.
Yeah. Saturday night, the last Saturday game is a tough one. Dolphins at the Bills. I'm going Bills on this one. Even with them losing a player on defense, their star player that they got from in the offseason. I don't think the Dolphins have too many issues going on. And I think that it's gonna start to catch up. And I don't want to put it all on Tua, but a lot of it falls on him because I'm just not I give him credit because he has surprised me a lot since after he got healthy and he took over that role from Fitzpatrick and all of that, but he still is injury prone. And that's the biggest problem that I have.
I believe in Josh Allen.
Yeah.
And Allen, don't get me wrong, when you got Hill and Waddle, those are good. But I'm gonna tell you something, folks. The weather and the wear and tear on your body starts to slow you down.
This is in Buffalo. Yeah. I don't know what it. Yeah. And I will say that there is a winter storm that's moving its way from this area, but it's going to hit that east.
That game might be canceled, man. They might have to move that game with all this snow coming in.
Detroit.
Put it in Detroit. Yeah, exactly. But I'm telling you, folks, Hill and Waddle, yes, they are a great fast tandem. But when that cold air starts hitting that booty,
yeah, it's a difference maker.
It's a difference.
So, and then we've got our Sunday lineup: Falcons at the Saints. I don't really know now.
Well, I'm gonna have to go with the Saints because they got a rookie. They're going with a rookie. First of all, let's hold on. Let me tell you. Let me tell you who they're going with the depth chart. Just so you guys know, they're going with Desmond Ridder is going to be the quarterback, and Marcus Mariota will be sitting at second quarterback. So they're going with Desmond Ridder to start.
Poor little guy. Didn't even stand a chance, did he? No, I'm just kidding.
So I'm going with the Saints because you got a rookie quarterback starting. Yeah, he could be the next Brock Purdy for all I know. Who knows? But
you think that I'm looking at the offense, the rankings. Mm-hmm. The Falcons have the fourth on rushing versus the Saints 22nd, but they're dead last in everything else. Right. I don't see, so that's not going to help you. We know they're not going to run the ball the entire game. And the last time they met was September 10th, and the Saints won that one. 27-26. I think the Saints are going to come out on top again. So, I'm going Saints on that one. Next up is Steelers at the Panthers. I'm going to go with the Panthers victory on that one. Sorry, Steelers fans, but what do you got? I think if there was a different quarterback, if Pickett was in, you might win.
I got something for you. I got something for you.
Oh, damn. Are you going with the upset? Are you going with the Steelers?
Going with the upset? Go with the Steelers.
All right, well, I'm going to go. It'll be interesting. So the offense, the Steelers are 26th. Panthers are 30th. Defense, Steelers are 22nd. Panthers 16th. Passing, Steelers come out on top on that one, 24th versus the Panthers 30th. Rushing, Steelers 19th, Panthers 13th. That's the only thing. The last time those two teams played each other was August 26, 2021. Panthers won that one 34-9. I don't think it's going to be that. I don't think we're going to see a 34-9 victory.
No.
But we'll see who wins that one. That's where we split.
They got some weapons on the Steelers teams, and we'll see.
So our next one. Oh man, this is going to be an ugly, ugly loss for the Bears. I'm so sorry, Bears fans, but don't go to Soldier Field, whatever it's called. You may want to stay home and just tune into the Vikings game because the Eagles are going to fucking. Bro,
you're gonna see
the Cowboys' 50-point victory was bad, but the Eagles are going to destroy the Bears. Oh my God, it's going to be ugly.
Wow.
Please tell me.
They should have the throw in the towel. Just throw the towel in. What's going on, Klein? 09. Welcome.
How's it going? Well, thanks for stopping. Do you want to know something though? Looking at the stats, this is what's crazy. So, and I'm assuming you're going Eagles.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I figured that, but I'm gonna. So I'm looking at the breakdown here. The Eagles are third on offense, second on defense, 14th on passing, which is weird, and second in rushing. The Bears, 22nd on offense, doesn't surprise me. 19th defense, not shocking there.
Mm-hmm.
Dead last in passing, that's not a shocker. But their running game is number one. That surprises me.
Just they're unbalanced.
They are completely unbalanced. In their last meeting, the last time the Eagles faced the Bears was in 2019. Eagles won that one 22-14.
Yeah.
Which is, that's
I mean,
a good while since they played that one.
You got Sanders, Jalen,
actually,
Brown.
You know what? As much as I said that might be the highest scoring game, I don't know. I may have to correct myself. It might be a toss between that one and this next one, which is the Chiefs at the Texans.
Oh my God, here we go.
I already put in the Chiefs, but if you want to chat about it,
I'm definitely going with the Chiefs.
Okay, let's see. Breakdown. This one's in. It's going to be a home game for the Texans. The Chiefs come in at first in offense. Texans are dead last. The Chiefs defense, though, is 15th, which is surprising. The Texans are dead last. Well, not quite dead last, but basically when you're 29th, you're dead last. The passing game, Chiefs are first. No surprise there. Passing for the Texans 26th, and their running game is 28th, and the Chiefs are 18th for running, which isn't really a shocker there. They haven't had a good running game in a while. Their last meeting between the Texans and the Chiefs was in beginning of the season 2020. Chiefs won that one 34-20. I think this will be a higher scoring game, but it'll still be a Chiefs victory.
I'm gonna tell you my coming up soon. A high scoring game. It's coming up.
Are we thinking Dallas and Jacksonville? Are we saying Dallas?
I got Dallas Jet. Well, I'm definitely going with Dallas on that one, and then don't forget you got the Jets and the Detroit Lions.
Oh yeah, God, this kills me to keep. You know how bad I hurt this season for the amount of times I've had to pick Dallas to win a game. It is so unheard of to constantly have to go, but they're just playing so well.
They're playing well.
Yeah.
And they do that. And guess what? And when it comes to the playoffs, what happens?
One and done, baby. One
and done. Exactly.
So it's not really surprising because they've been this way even when Jason Garrett was the coach and you had Romo. They were still always consistently decent or good. And then they were just hit the playoffs and one and done, baby. But no. So this one's interesting with this one lineup because the Cowboys offense is 10th and Jacksonville's actually ranked 11th. Yeah. But you have the defense. This is the killers. The Cowboys have the 5th defense and Jacksonville doesn't have one. And then passing, which really surprises me, the Cowboys come in at 20th and Jacksonville's 10th. But then you didn't have
Dak for a while. That's why. And then
so that kind of
you got T.Y. Hilton, who's no scrub. He's a vet. That's going to definitely help out Schultz
Well, and the
and
running game
Lamb.
is in favor of the Cowboys, which we all know that. They've got Zeke,
Yes.
but they've got a star in the making that's with Pollard. So they're
Right.
ranked 7th versus the Jacksonville 15th, which, to be fair for Jacksonville, those aren't bad rankings. They're
No.
not bad. It's
No.
just you're going against a team that's going to wipe you on the floor. The Lions-Jets one, I'm going Lions on this one. And I've been in favor of the Jets for a good chunk of the season, but the Lions just I don't know
they're
what
on.
happened.
Well, Brown. They got Brown, Swift, Goff.
Who are you
I
going
mean,
with?
they got to. I'm going with the Lions. Going with the Lions. The
Okay.
Jets was a good story. They won some games. They benched their quarterback.
They've got the pieces
They don't
for
have
a
enough.
successful
They
run.
don't have enough
them all.
pieces.
No. What I'm saying is they've got the pieces to start that turn that team around. Because this isn't the Jets that we saw last year.
Agree.
They're starting there. I think they will be a much better team next year. This
I
is
agree.
just a start. And we said that about the Eagles last year.
I agree.
We said the same thing with the Eagles. Looking across the board, the Lions are 4th on offense versus the Jets 19th. But the killer for the Lions, and this is what will turn that team around next year, if they work on this in the offseason, is their defense. The Lions' defense is 31st versus the Jets have the 3rd ranked defense. But the Lions are 7th in passing. The Jets are 15th. Rushing is 11th for the Lions and 20th for the Jets. And I agree with that. The Lions' defense is not the best. That's what they need to fix. If they get the right pieces for their defense for next year, they're going to be a tough team. They will be a playoff team, and I think they will surprise a lot of people, especially because we haven't really seen a good Lions team since when did Barry Sanders play?
No, Barry Sanders. But you can't forget Megatron. You can't forget Megatron when he was on there. They were good.
They had their highlights there. I just wanted to throw that in there.
Oh, we got.
So next up is the Cardinals at the Broncos. Oh, fudge.
Lost their quarterbacks. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Cardinals on this one. Even without the quarterback, with a change in quarterback, the Cardinals, I think they have more total than the Broncos, but I could be wrong on this one. The Broncos won it the last time they faced the Cardinals, but that was 2019, 20-7.
Yeah, right.
You look at the board; it's 20th offense for the Cardinals, 21st on defense, 18th passing, 17th rushing. This is just going to be an ugly game. Maybe it'll end up in a tie.
I'm going to go with the Cardinals as well.
Okay. I honestly, I think to be realistic though, I think that could go either way, or it'll be a tie, which means both teams lose.
Well, the reason why I like Arizona is because they do got D-Hop, they do got Hollywood Brown. They got an up and coming tight end on that team that's great.
Well, and that's right. Yeah, they have enough talent that can help their quarterback. As long as they don't do anything stupid, these stupid one-handed catches or some other bonehead move.
I know. You can't be. Yeah. Ugh, Lord, that was ugly. And that's what
killer, folks.
And that's what basically destroyed the Cardinals. That's why they lost when that fumble happened.
Yeah,
and, but yeah, my bad.
So Patriots at the Raiders is the next one up.
Who you going with?
I don't know. I want to say Raiders, but the Patriots just I'd never know with them because I don't know I can't read Belichick.
Are they in Las Vegas, right? Are they playing Las Vegas?
In Las Vegas, yeah. This is a home game for the Raiders.
I'm gonna go Raiders.
All right. I want to as well. And I have a suspicion the Patriots could squeak on, but that's what makes them so difficult is because Belichick, you can't read him. You don't understand what the hell's going on in that dude's head. So I never know week from week on that one. Next up, Titans at Chargers.
Ooh, 7-6 and 7-6.
I'm going Chargers on that one. I just don't know with the Titans. That's another one that's a difficult one to go with.
We'll go Tennessee.
All right, so we'll. The next. I'm sorry, Brady. I love you, buddy.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, I was writing Bengals for myself. That's why I apologize to Brady. And our Sunday night game that actually got put to that one is a rematch of Week 13. And it won't be a repeat of Week 13 because Washington's gonna fucking win this one. I'm sorry, but the Giants.
Going with the Giants. I'm going with the Giants.
I knew you were gonna
go with the Giants.
Those has-been bums.
I think Saquon's gonna have a field day on Washington.
Well, he'll probably sprain his ankle.
Oh,
and Danny will have to try to compensate for him. And Monday night.
Wow.
Monday night snooze fest.
Rams ain't got nothing. They got nothing to play for.
You got the Rams at Green Bay. I'm going Rams on this one. Damn it. I have faith in Baker. And I hate Aaron Rodgers. I know it's in Green Bay. It's in December. Everything going favor.
Green. Come on, man. When you got some LA boys coming out to the snow, coming out to Wisconsin, man, I'm going to Green Bay.
I know. We're talking deep. We're in the middle of December. This is going to be a cold ass frigid thing. But at least the one benefit they have is Baker's used to not that cold, but he's accustomed to colder temps than LA. Because he had Cleveland, you had Carolina, so you did get cold. But I'm still favoring the Rams on this one, just because I can't stand the Packers.
Rodgers,
so let's go Rams.
Rodgers.
Who knows? Rodgers could show up and it could just be a blowout. The Rams could show up and it could be Rodgers' farewell game.
Right.
But with that, guys, we are well past our time slot.
I got eat.
Really. Ray's got to eat. He's got other stuff going on. I got stuff going on. So we will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you, everybody that tuned in. This was an awesome show. Chat was on fire across the board, whether it was you guys were watching on Sports Talk or you were watching us on Sportscast. Doesn't matter where. You'll find us everywhere. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch, on Sportscast. Make sure to tune into our Sports Talk 101 YouTube page. There's all kinds of stuff there.
Yes, I'm awesome job.
Every week, I'm getting highlights up. Usually the Monday Night Football games show up the next day on Tuesdays. It's a lot of work. I didn't realize how much work it is to, get the clips, edit the clips, upload the clips, and get everything going. I'm like, holy crap. Now I realize why I prefer live streaming. But with that, we will see you guys next week. Have fun. Stay safe. And tune in next week for Week 15's craziness, and as the playoff picture will continue to form. We're out of here.
Brock Purdy!